there, good friends. Welcome, new subscribers. I'm Brian from Apex Detail. Here at the shop, we do go well beyond basic detailing services and even coatings. We'll do headlight and taillight upgrades. We will do interior and exterior restorations, wheel and tire packages, suspension work. Today, I'm about to start an interior restoration. Not really a full-blown restoration, gutted, but pretty darn close. I thought I would take you along for the ride. I do want to show you you can do a lot of this work yourself. There are a lot of great tools, kits, and products out there that can help you and guide you along the process. I'm going to show you that. We're going to break this up to a few different vlogs, I hope, and I think you guys will enjoy this. Let's get started. Besides restoring the paint and a ceramic coating, we're going to restore the interior as well. Being a convertible, it has really taken a beating from Mother Nature and UVA, UVB. We're going to restore the seats, backrest, headrests, door panels, wooden trim. We're going to take care of the armrest center console, the handbrake boot, shifter boot, switches. We're going to take care of the steering wheel, 3 or 4 parts from the dash. For the most part, the dash will be the only thing that will really be intact. Everything else we're going to restore. When it comes to the leather, we will restore that ourselves. Some of it we will repair. Some of it, like the front seats, we will have new covers coming to put over the foam. This back seat here we can restore. We have a bag full of goodies here. We have a couple bags full of diamond stitch to take care of the floor and other parts. We're going to start simple. We're going to start with the boot. It's held on with 4 clips to simply pull straight up and right up over the shifter. There are 2 screws underneath that for the housing that holds the shifter boot down, plus the switches. We're going to remove and restore that while we're at it. Remove the screws, slide it back, pull it up, then we can dislodge the switches for the windows. The switches for the windows will also be restored, as you can imagine, fingernail scratches and also oxidized and faded from the sun. Dislodge the switches, pull it right up over the shifter. Before we rip off and remove the old worn boot, we want to make sure we have the new boot going on in the same direction. The stitching is towards the front, towards the dash. So we want to make sure of that, and then we can start tearing apart the assembly here. We're going to remove the frame from the old leather itself. Make sure you don't crack the frame or break off the 4 teeth, and remove it carefully. The leather is only held on by a thin layer of adhesive. It'll pull off rather easily. What's left behind is residue from the glue from the adhesive. Scrape it off, get rid of it however you want to with a knife, sandpaper, and we're going to clean it up, get it ready for the new leather and a new strip of adhesive. Before I go grab the glue, I want to set it over top of the frame, make sure everything fits nice and snug. All we need for this little kit here is 1 little tube of super glue, a scissors, X-Acto knife, and 3 clamps. That'll help us, since we only have 2 hands, to hold down some of the leather as we adhere it to the frame. As we attach one side at a time, all we need is a 1 little strip of glue going up and back the frame. We'll attach the leather to the frame and use our clamps to hold it on. It only needs to hang there for a minute or 2 before it has dried and it is glued solid. Okay, so we're going to set it down, leave it go for a minute or two. We'll come back, pull off the clamps, go to the opposite side, and do the exact same thing. And we're going to do that all the way around the frame. Pull it and hold it snug from one side to the other. Don't worry about the corners. We'll take care of those last. By the way, guys, when it comes to the shifter boots, the handbrake boots, steering wheel rewrap kits, the center console armrest, when it comes to seats, when it comes to really any armrest or piece of leather, you can either get it custom made or you can order it in a kit. This here came in a kit with the boot, the steering wheel wrap, the handbrake, and the center console armrest, and also the armrest on the doors. So we will remove the old leather, replace it with new, and then the rest of the leather we'll restore. We do have seat covers coming in for the front seats. We'll simply pull those off. I'll show you how to do that, and we will replace them. I'll put a link down below for the kits. When you order the kits, you'll have to add all the information for your car, year, make, model, and they'll usually ship out within 7 days, 7 business days, as it takes time for them to stitch them. You'll want to put the color of the leather itself, and you also want to put the color of the stitching. Completely up to you. All 4 sides are done. Time to take care of the corners. So we're simply going to cut and fold. Cut them to fit, fold them over, glue them again. You can cut up to the baseline where the frame clips into the housing for the switches, and you won't see any of the cuts, any of the folds. You won't see the glue where it's been glued. It'll look nice. And that is it for the shifter boot and the frame. Remove the clamps. I'm going to turn it over, set it upright, shape it a little bit, and move on. While gluing and waiting for the boot, I took care of the switches, taped off the buttons, and re-dipped the plastic. And while we're waiting for all that to cure, we'll take care of the housing itself. As you can see, it's beat up, but we will restore it. We'll be able to make it look absolutely fantastic. We're going to use the 2-inch pneumatic polisher. We're going to use 3D1 and a 50/50 Eurofiber microfiber pad. The wood grain trim, and there's probably 7 or 8 pieces in and around the interior. are coated, and we're going to treat them just like clear coat. We're going to correct them just like clear coat. We will also protect them just like clear coat. We're going to coat them. We're going to put a ceramic coating on all of it. Do as many passes needed until you're satisfied. There's a nice thick layer of clear on top of that trim, so you can work it for, as long as you need to get it looking good. Wipe off the residue and we're ready to move on. We now have it corrected. It's looking good. So now we're going to protect it and give it a little bit of protection from UVA, UVB, and some scratching. We're going to prep it with pre-coat. This is a body solvent, IP solution, whatever you want to call it. They all work the same. We're going to protect it with Cupion SI14. This is a more concentrated, more of a hardcore coating from them. It works fantastic. Spread it out evenly, remove the residue. You guys all know the coating routine by now. Let everything cure, put it all back together. Besides paint correction, the restoration of an interior is probably my second favorite passion. Not quite very fond of cleaning interiors, but the restoration part of it, the turnaround of an absolutely trashed interior, is something I really enjoy to do. Starting out simple. We have a lot of work to do on this interior, so we're going to continue on. I'll break this down into quite a few vlogs. Please let me know down in the comment section if you're enjoying this. We are going to cover a lot of different subjects, from leather to trim, how to take care of it, restore it, replace it. If you have any questions on what we did so far, or if you want to tackle something in the interior of your car and you're a little timid about it and you want some guidance, please don't hesitate to email me, text me, whatever. I do have my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram accounts down below. Take a look at that and get hooked up. And there really are a lot of projects that don't end up on YouTube that I put on those platforms, and you can check them out. Brian from Apex Detail. Catch you guys in the next video.